over the last month, I've been building my own spray booth. I had no idea how to do it, and I've kind of been learning as I go along. What started as a bit of a side project in my head because I needed to get my bonnet done on the GT6 turned into something a lot bigger. And as I've built it, I've realized there are so many more things I'm going to be able to do with this new space. It's been a really cool project, and for once I've finished the project, so I'm feeling really happy about that. In this video, I'm going to show you how I built it and also why I built it. I've built the main frame of the booth. I've painted it white. I've finally finished off cladding the inside of it. And as well as that, I've painted the floor, which gives us a lot of bounce back light in here, and it's going to make it great for spraying. Oh, as well as that, I painted the outside of the booth. I decided to go with black, and I think it works really well for making that space inside pop really, really nicely. What do you think? We've also built our plenum box and our extraction with our paint arrestor filter on there. So that is good to go. So what do we need to do to finish this to a point where it's going to work as a booth? Here are some of the random things that I have got going on at the moment, which I think are going to help me complete this booth. Firstly, we've already gone over this. We've got our induction. So that's going to be this fan. And I couldn't figure out exactly what I could do to fit to this to make that work. And when I measured it, what I realized was it was exactly the right size to take this, which is, what's the word for it? It's like, it's a drainage pipe. It's a 4-inch drainage pipe. So we're going to use drainage pipe to push our air through. We're going to create holes in there so that we know which direction we're going to push our airflow in once it gets into the booth. I've got 2 lengths of this, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is my thinking with having such a long run, it will reduce the rate of which that fan is blowing that air through. That's really important because when that air enters the booth, we need it not to create turbulence. We don't want air basically swirling around in loads and loads of directions. So the first way I'm going to try and fix that is by putting in enough tubing and making sure the holes are big enough that we create a nice steady flow through the booth. Now, if that doesn't work, I don't really want to do it, but I might need to build another plenum box. And where we would put that is essentially off of this. We'd build a big box. The air would come out at a certain velocity. That would slow the air down, and then it would come through our piping. So if we need to, we'll do that a bit further down the line. So this will be where our hot air comes out of our diesel heater. I've got this and I've got this stuff. So this is going to attach between my diesel heater and that hood that I've just shown you. And hopefully that'll be a nice, safe way of getting hot air into our booth. Which brings us on to the diesel heater itself. Let's have a quick look at that. So here's the thing with the diesel heater. Even though it comes as one unit, essentially we could break it down and make it more practical for the workshop. What I mean by that is we have the heater itself. This, for safety reasons, needs to be outside the booth itself. You know, there is a flame in there, but the air is essentially being pushed in one direction. So we don't need to worry about fumes traveling back up towards the heat source, but the further away it is, the better it is. So that is one parameter of where we're going to set this up that we need to consider. The second thing that we've got is the fuel source. And again, from a safety point of view, this all works well together, very safe. These have been made for ages, but if I need to, and if it makes it easier for me refilling, I could essentially pop this somewhere very different to where this is. As long as we've got a fuel line pulling that through, it will be absolutely fine. The third thing that we need to consider is operating the booth as well. So we've got our little LED control panel on the front. Now that can be taken out of this housing, and I could put that somewhere else if I wanted to, again, outside of the booth, so that we're not putting any electrics in there that we don't need to. And that will just allow me to control it if I need to without having to put this all in one place that's maybe a little bit more inaccessible. the more I look at the diesel here, the more I'm convinced it's the right thing to use. But there's a few things I really don't like about it. One is when I put on my exhaust on here and it sits the way it should do, there's just not enough room underneath for the exhaust to comfortably fit on there. Not the exhaust outlet, but putting the exhaust pipe on. So I'm going to use some aluminium I've got to create a bit more of a platform for this so it sits higher up. The other thing I've now done is remove the tank from the system. So we've now got the tank off, and I've also taken off the control module from the front, and that's given me a better idea of how I can position this within the booth. The more I look at the actual paint structure, I'm thinking that we'll put the heater on the narrow bit of my kind of loft space because it doesn't need to be touched. All I need to be able to get to is the control panel, and I also need to be able to fill it up with diesel. Having a longer run on our diesel pipe, which is this little green one, I'm going to go down to my local car parts store and get a longer one of those, and once that's full of diesel, it will fire up in the same way. We just need to prime it, get in there, and it should be good. For now, I'm going to carry on focusing on building this aluminium structure system that we can mount all this to, and I'll feel a lot happier by that. So I'm feeling a lot better about Mark II of our little holder for the, that's the right one, for the diesel heater. Diesel heater up here, we've now got plenty of room underneath for our exhaust. The plate, which I've basically utilised what I've cut off the old box, is going to be to hold our 12-volt supply on here. And the great thing about that is it's away from our exhaust as well. So really good little system there. And then electronics, we've reattached our fuel pump. That'll go to our new fuel source. Yeah, should be pretty good. I think when I first considered putting a diesel heater into the project, it was, like most things, a pipe dream. And now here we are with installed controls in the booth. And it's all these little things that I feel turn what I had, which was just a room, into a running part of my workshop now. So to do this, when I pulled all of my diesel heater apart, the wiring was not quite long enough to run the controls to where they sit now at the front of the booth. I've also kept them outside the booth like the rest of the electronics because, again, we're spraying solvents, or if we do carbon fibering or anything else, let's leave the electrics outside the booth. Anyway, it's looking great. Really, really happy with this, and it's just another little thing ticked off the list, making this place ready to go. The next problem was trying to figure out how to get clean air into the booth. One of the reasons that we extracted or segregated a part of the room for spraying is because there is so much crap in a standard workshop. The air is literally teeming with sawdust, oils, silicons, 100 other things that mean you can't spray without thinking you're going to get fish eyes or 100 other things going wrong with your spray job. Now, when it came to getting in that fresh air into the booth, I was going to build a whole nother wooden box like the one that I did for the plenum on the back extraction. But the more I thought about it, and the more I looked at the parts I had, and the blower we're using is actually off a bouncy castle. It's a brushless blower. It's great, air's coming out there fast, but the actual circumference of what that blower is the same as drainage pipe. So I had a look at that, and it works. This blower is actually something I've had for a couple of years, and it's a perfect example of why I need a paint booth. It is just covered in paint dust. And it's not that hard to get off, but it gets on everything. So giving it a bit of a clean. Everything in the booth is now in place for me to attach this to the top, but I need to build some sort of filtration box for this because the air is going to be coming in here. And if you look at this, covered in paint from previous projects that I've done where this is just sat in the workshop. So get this in a little enclosure before I attach it. and all I want to do is protect that inlet. So when I'm blowing air into the booth, yeah, we'll have clean air without any dust getting pulled in from the workshop. The other thing is we've got it on the roof, so that means it's another thing that is safely outside of an environment which is going to have solvent-based paints that are getting sprayed. So safe there. Yeah, carry on. Let's figure out how to do this box next. So that's the induction box built, and to be honest, I've just kind of cobbled it together out of bits of OSB I had, bits of camping ply, and it's gonna do the job. Sprayed it up, got the G4 filter on the front. It pulls in a lot of air through that, and I've got a feeling I'll be changing that quite often if I'm running this in the workshop. I could have put a bigger plenum box on this so it was pulling more cubic volume through more of these filters, but it's still going to do the same job. We'll see once I start spraying things if anything actually gets through and causes me any issues. I've put some little legs on it so it's the same height as the rest of my system up on the roof, so I'm going to do that. I also tried to start the diesel heater, and because the run on the fuel line is so long, it's just not being effective. So I'm going to stick my fuel tank up on the roof, and then it will just be a simple case of jumping up there if I need to kind of refill it, which is all good. Sometimes you need to kind of change direction to make sure things are working okay, but yeah, let's get this all fitted up, and then I can start drilling some holes in that internal pipe and figure out how much air I want coming into the booth. So up here, diesel heater, diesel pump, new tank that I fitted as well, all working well. So the backs of these systems, that's pulling in cool air and it's blowing out hot air, and then underneath you've got your exhaust and your intake for your engine essentially. So that's running, and I've got my little thing here again, so if we pop it on there and have a look at that, see if that'll work. Yeah, look, so white hot coming out there. We've got it on a metal base just to keep it nice and safe as well. But the other thing that I've done is just here, that is a bucket of water, and what we've done is we've run the hose through it so that when it exits, hopefully it's just having some effect on what is happening going in and out. And if we have a look at that on the other side, you can see that pipe it's still orange, but it's nowhere near what is going on over here on exit, and that makes me very, very happy. You know, one thing that I found that has been really good for me about doing this spray booth is that it's enabled me to realize I can actually finish a project, which I know will sound stupid to some of you, but a lot of you will probably understand that. I think there's a psychological element that you get to sometimes where you just feel like it's never ever going to end. The spray booth has been one of those jobs that I thought would take a week. It's taken the best part of a month, and it started with the idea of thinking I would just build a wooden frame and put a bit of plastic over it. And now I have a booth that is gonna enable me to finish my other projects, you know. So psychologically fantastic, and really looking forward to the next steps that we do here at Rookie Restorations. Now, right now, I am running my first test on my heating system, and there is the induction for the heating. Nice little metal pipe coming through the conduit that we've got on the diesel tank on the roof. And yeah, that's nice and warm. This is awesome. Now, the other thing I just want to point out when it comes to lighting is this booth being painted white isn't just so my cars look awesome when they're in here. That's just a great kind of after effect. The real reason behind it is that white bounces back light, and because of that, this booth feels even brighter than it would be if it was painted black or blue or any other color. And the other thing that you want to think about if you're thinking of doing your own booth is, if you paint the walls in a color, it changes the color of the paint on your car due to reflections. So to keep that color as true as possible, paint your walls white, and that will mean when you're looking at your car, you're actually going to see what it's going to look like outside. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might remember how this workshop looked when I first got it. And it was essentially a carpenter's workshop. It was covered in crap and it was horrible. And over the last 2 or 3 years, I really feel like we're building a bit of a personality with this place. We've now got the dirty side where I do my welding, my cutting, my fabricating. And now we've got the clean side, which was an idea just 4 or 5 weeks ago. And it's so cool to see that in front of me. I literally come in here and just stand and stare at it because I can't believe I've actually made that and it works. So that's a project finished. The spray booth is functional, up and running. Needs some tuning, but we're pretty much 99% of the way there at the moment, I think. And it's going to make even more of a difference in the wintertime when this place is really cold and I need somewhere to spray. You know, at the moment, like a lot of amateurs, we have to wait till spring or summer when the weather's nice and warm before we can throw up those temporary tents that we need to lay down some paint. But now, even though I have no idea how to use a spray gun, I've got somewhere to learn.